Cameron Diaz shocked fans when she dropped some major career news. Is she making a comeback after retiring in 2014? What has she been up to for the last 8 years? We've got the scoop. Diaz has also lifted the veil on her life at home with her fiercely private family, revealing a surprisingly relatable side. And did you know she has a sister-in-law who is also a Hollywood star? We share the latest picture making the headlines. Diaz made her big break in 1994's The Mask and went on to become a Hollywood A-lister. She is best known for her Golden Globe-nominated role in the rom-com There's Something About Mary, as well as Charlie's Angels and The Holiday. She also provided the voice of Princess Fiona in the animated classic Shrek and got a BAFTA nomination for Best Supporting Actress for being John Malkovich. Her last role in a film was in the 2014 movie adaptation of the Broadway musical Annie. In 2018, she confirmed her retirement from acting. Diaz spoke at an event hosted by her friend Gwyneth Paltrow, saying, "I just went. I can't really say who I am to myself. It's like I was a puzzle with a bunch of pieces that didn't fit together." She didn't rule out the possibility of returning one day, however. What role brought her out of retirement? You'll have to keep watching to find out. Diaz said she had found peace of mind by taking care of herself after walking away from Hollywood. Cameron Diaz, who was once Hollywood's eternal bachelorette and one of the highest-earning actresses in Hollywood, turned down dozens of roles to focus on her new life as a wife and mom. So what exactly has she been doing for the past 8 years? In December 2019, Diaz and her husband, Good Charlotte guitarist Benji Madden, welcomed their first child, a daughter born via surrogate. The star, who had previously released a best-selling health book while still working as a successful actress, invested her time in the health and biotech industries. In 2016, she released her second book, The Longevity Book, The Science of Aging and the Biology of Strength and the Privilege of Time. Diaz was a keynote speaker at a food festival and later launched her own brand of organic wine, Avaline, co-founded with Catherine Power. They named it using a baby name generator. The pair was inspired to start a winemaking business in April 2018, and after 2 years of hard work, they perfected their two offerings, one white and one rosé. The Avaline White is a dry wine from Spain that pairs perfectly with fresh-cut flowers and your favorite meal. The Avaline Rosé comes from France and features notes of melon and citrus zest. Cheers to that. In her first post-retirement role, she appeared briefly in a reboot of Charlie's Angels, written and directed by Elizabeth Banks. While the wrinkles on the actress's face indicate that she's aging gracefully like fine Avaline wine, Cameron still looks absolutely stunning, just as she did back in the day. Most recently, she appeared as a guest judge on the opening episode of Season 7 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars. Seems as though she couldn't resist the spotlight for long. Speaking of the spotlight, Diaz was pictured recently at a fancy dress party with her famous sister-in-law. Cameron and Nicole Richie are related through marriage, a fact that has shocked many of their fans. They are related through marrying two of the Madden brothers from the rock band Good Charlotte. Nicole Richie, who rose to fame starring in The Simple Life with childhood friend Paris Hilton, shared a rare snap of her partying with sister-in-law Cameron Diaz. Despite walking different roads to stardom, Diaz and Richie have managed to create lasting careers for themselves by branching out into creative ventures. Richie wed Good Charlotte frontman Joel Madden in 2010, and the pair shared daughter Harlow and son Sparrow. In 2015, Diaz and Joel's twin brother Benji Madden. In January 2020, Diaz announced that she had given birth to a daughter named Radix. Making Richie Diaz's sister-in-law and an aunt to Radix, it's a small world after all. The pair often spend time with Richie and Joel. Glamour reports that Diaz and Richie are close friends, and now that Diaz has a little girl of her own, the two women are said to bond over parenting. Although sister-in-law Nicole Richie and Cameron Diaz rarely acknowledge their relationship, the two are much closer than their public lives suggest. When asked about Madden's relationship with Diaz during an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen in 2014, Richie replied, "I'm happy for anyone who is happy," before adding, "I am a devoted sister-in-law. I want everyone to be surrounded with love." Diaz, seemingly more private than her sister-in-law, revealed an amusing anecdote about Richie during the interview, which marked one of the first times she spoke publicly about her famous sister-in-law. During the interview, Diaz was asked whether she preferred Ashley or Jessica Simpson, and Diaz answered that Richie still watches old episodes of The Newlyweds with Jessica and Nick Lackey. As to whether Richie and Diaz rewatch episodes of The Simple Life together, that's a question we're still waiting to have answered. Since taking her hiatus, Cameron has welcomed Radix, her 2-year-old daughter, with husband Benji. The unlikely romance between Cameron Diaz and Benji Madden has proven to be a Hollywood success story, as the two have managed to keep their marriage private for years. The couple's whirlwind romance shocked many when they were engaged after just 7 months of dating. They later tied the knot at Cameron's home in Beverly Hills in January 2020 2015 with several celebrities in attendance, but it seems they're letting us in little by little. On July 1, 2022, Cameron Diaz and husband Benji Madden were spotted packing on the PDA and enjoying a rare date night at the BST Hyde Park Festival in London. Joining the likes of Tom Cruise, Cameron and Benji, both 49, kissed in full view of the 65,000-strong crowd as Adele returned for her first concert in 5 years. While they continued to keep their little girl out of the spotlight, Cameron has revealed a little bit about her parenting skills and the ups and downs of being a mom. On the Kelly Clarkson show, Cameron said being a parent was the ultimate gift, but admitted there are times when it can be challenging. Being a parent is the greatest gift you could ever receive, he said, but it is also one of the most challenging things you will ever do. When asked how she deals with tough times, the mom of one revealed that she has a checklist of things to do. She said that she asked herself, did she eat? Is she tired? What time is it? When was the last time she ate? When did she nap? You just kind of start there and you go, what just happened? Is there something she's trying to communicate to me? Believe it or not, Cameron Diaz is not far off celebrating her 50th birthday, but she's not sad about it. The actress is actually happier than ever. Rather than complaining about the aging process, Cameron sees it as a positive thing and says it's a blessing, not a curse. So much so that she now says she's determined to live for another 60 years to make the most of her family, including husband Benji Madden and daughter Ratty. Family life seems to suit her just fine. Who is responsible for luring her back into the spotlight? Cameron Diaz's fans rejoice. The star who once said she was ready to retire from after a decades-long career is ready to make a comeback. Thanks to Netflix, she's ready to get back to work and she has a big hit lined up. Her new co-star, Jamie Foxx, announced her upcoming project with a pun, a film called Back in Action for Netflix. The new project reunites Cameron and Jamie, who worked together on 1999's sports drama Any Given Sunday. They also worked together in the very last film she worked on, the Annie remake. The actor announced the news by sharing a recording of a call with a There's Something About Mary actress, wherein she details her nerves and eagerness to return to acting. I'm so nervous right now, she said, before admitting, I feel excited but I don't know how to do this. To calm her nerves, Jamie added football star Tom Brady to the call. After all, he knows a thing or two about later unretiring and then retiring again. I'm relatively successful at unretiring, he joked. What do we know so far about the film? Well, not a lot right now. The movie Back in Action will be directed by Seth Gordon, whose credits include Horrible Bosses and The Goldbergs. According to star Jamie Foxx, filming on Netflix's Back in Action is scheduled to begin in 2022. Netflix hasn't announced any release dates for Back in Action, but a late 2022 start date means that we can probably expect only a late 2023 or 2024 release. Though Diaz's fans will have to wait for a while, they are delighted to hear that their favorite actress is back in action. Is this a one-time thing or will we be seeing Diaz in more films in the future? We'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching.